Hello, I'm Stacie Bratcher, your Kearney Chamber Executive Director, and this is Take Note Kearney, sponsored by Kearney Trust Company, where they believe in the power of community and shopping local. Today, we are talking to Eric Sokol with the law firm of Eric Sokol. So Eric, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about the law firm. What can we expect from that?
So I do all kinds of law, but emphasize mostly on family law, criminal defense, traffic, bankruptcy. I also do some small estate things like beneficiary deeds and powers of attorney.
Yeah.
But we're located here in Kearney. I do free phone consultations for any kind of issue, and we've been in business about 2 years now.
Wow, okay, 2 years. So divorce, I'm trying to think of
Sure,
things.
so family law, that would be divorces. If you've already gotten a divorce and it has kids in it and you need to change how the child support or the visitation, called custody
all that
sometimes
stuff's fun.
is,
Yep.
that's called a modification.
Okay.
Adoption cases.
Oh, adoption.
Guardianships, if you have somebody who's maybe turning into an adult who's special needs or something like that.
Right.
There's also quite a few different ways that you can take care of those things with powers of attorney as well. So they kind of cross over in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Bankruptcy, everyone kind of knows what that is.
Yeah.
Criminal defense and traffic kind of mixed too, because you have everything from felonies and misdemeanors to, if you have a traffic ticket and you have a clean driving record, you can almost always ask the prosecutor's office to change a moving violation that's going to make your insurance increase to a non-moving violation that won't. So while you pay a little more on the ticket and you pay the lawyer, in the end you save money and you make your driving record look better.
Wow, okay, there's your tip of the day.
Yeah,
Excellent.
free legal advice.
That's great. So do you actually go into the courtroom, Eric?
Oh yes, I am. I'm somebody who's in the Clay County, Jackson County, and Platte County courts quite a bit. I don't charge drive time to any of those three, so that way you don't have to choose some lawyer who's right on the square in Jackson County in order to avoid paying an extra hour for someone to go to and from court.
Right.
So I like it in court. I was a jazz musician before I went to law school for a long time and taught music lessons, and that kind of sense of improvisation and needing to think on your toes is something that's not, new to me. I've gotten to do that, and I kind of wanted to incorporate it into a little more steady of a job that has a little less to do with artistic interpretation, you could say.
Okay. That's interesting. I've never heard law compared with jazz, so
hey, you're in Kansas City. I'm kind of surprised.
That's true. So what did you play? What instrument?
Drums. I went to Los Angeles for college, and my undergraduate degree was studying with my famous jazz drum heroes, Peter Erskine and Greg Bissonette. Took lessons with a lot of different guys on top of that who were in town touring and stuff. But in the end, I found that teaching was more my style, and the teaching schedule, as good as it is, it's not the same as a full-time job helping people. With law, every day I wake up and I still have that same variety of what kind of work am I doing today, but at the same time, everything I do is impactful in a positive way on somebody's life in a really big way. Teaching is great, but I hope to get back into it maybe as a pro bono thing for free, or maybe just once a week just for the nostalgia at some point. But right now I've just been staying too busy keeping people out of prison, I guess.
Well, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So
almost always.
Well, that's true. Well, we won't go there.
Okay.
So I like that you said each day you get to help somebody and you never know what's going to happen. Can you expand on that a little bit more about helping people?
Well, a lot of times people think that things are black and white and that there's no, I don't want to say settlement's the wrong word, but that there's no resolution that everyone can agree to.
Right.
So you get to do a lot of that King Solomon splitting of the baby where you say, well, okay, you really want every weekend, and so does he. Have you thought about doing 2 weekends in a row and then on the summer getting 3 uninterrupted weeks? Oh, okay, yeah, I could get behind that. Boom, you just changed a kid's life. They're going to see their kids, they're going to see their parents on this whole different schedule just based on some idea that came into your head. Same with the criminal defense stuff. Sometimes you think that you've only got these two options, and when you really catch the prosecutor, sometimes you have to find out where the prosecutor is going to be one morning and just show up. Hey, funny bumping into you. And you can wind up getting a much better deal for your client. That's something they can get behind.
So it really is like TV.
Oh, yeah, that legwork is there, that's for sure. I see enough law dramas that have some pretty ridiculous stuff that I can't say it's all like TV. But I am on TV saying that, so I appreciate the irony there.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Okay, so you live here in Kearney.
Yeah, I grew up in Weatherby Lake and then moved away, did my college in Los Angeles, lived in LA a total of 10 years.
Wow.
And then moved to Springfield because my folks had moved down there, so did a stint. I got a full ride to law school in San Diego, so
Nice.
took my wife and stepkids there, and we did that in 2 years flat, kept my full scholarship, and then I said, now can we please go to Kansas City? And she did all the research on where we were going to move, and Kearney had great schools and a wonderful environment. I was in a band in high school who everyone else in the band was at William Jewell. So I actually, I practiced in a barn right outside of Kearney, but I never like hung out downtown or knew how neat and kitschy it is. But it's this great little small community that's still so close to the metropolitan area. You can kind of feel like you live in Pleasantville, but you're only 15 minutes from anything that you really need, Apple stores and all that jazz, without all the, rigmarole.
Exactly, that rigmarole is right. So what are some of your favorite places here in Kearney?
So I really like to go to the, what do you call that? Farm Fresh Meats.
Yes.
He's also a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and Grant's, like that beef, it's the same price as the stuff you get anywhere else, and it just, you can taste that it's just
so good.
fresh from an animal that was loved until the last minute, let's say. I also really like going to all the Chamber of Commerce events and the Kearney Business Group. I'm in the Rotary Club.
Wow.
So honestly, as much as I haven't spent a lot of time hanging out in the pizza shop or any of the restaurants, it seems like there's just so much community here that as soon as you move here, you're everybody's neighbor. And so I haven't really kind of had to do that. A lot of the chamber events are at the, what's the one downtown that's got the pool and darts and all of that?
Fat Boys.
That place. That place looks like it's a lot of fun too, and their food was delicious every time we've gone there.
Well, good. Yeah. You've hit a lot of them. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
So how can people get hold of you?
So I have a Facebook page. It's Law Firm of Eric Arthur Sokol, because Eric A. Sokol looks like Erica Sokol. Thank you, Mom and Dad. So I went ahead and just made it, and everyone uses their middle initial, so Eric Sokol probably would have been fine, but I said, why risk it? So there's an Eric Sokol who's a surgeon, I know, here in Missouri. So I said, Law Firm of Eric Arthur Sokol's on Facebook. You can look me up on Google, and it pops right up. I have, let's see, I have a website, but really what it does is links to the AVO full biography, and AVO's a website that lawyers can put their information on.
Gotcha.
So there's plenty of ways to reach out.
Is there a phone number?
Yeah, my phone number is 816-533-5699. The email address is easlegalkc@gmail.com.
Okay, easlegalkc@gmail.com.
You got it.
Awesome. Wow. Okay, what did we miss? Anything else that we need to know about practicing law with Eric Arthur Sokol?
No, I feel like we got most of it covered. I'd say that, one of the advantages to going with someone younger is they've got more to prove and they've got a little more time for you. A lot of these lawyers, it seems like people say, oh, thank goodness, the last guy I had, it took me 3 weeks to hear back. I really do my best to not spend more than a day or so getting back when someone has something important, and I really try to prioritize giving people a timeline that they can get behind and then sticking to it.
Nice. Excellent. Well, Eric, thank you so much for being with us and helping us laugh today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Stacie. I appreciate your time.
I'm Stacie Bratcher with the Kearney Chamber of Commerce, and this is Take Note Kearney, sponsored by Kearney Trust Company, supporting the Kearney community since 1882. Thanks for watching today.